Okay, this is what I've been working on. That's the front of it, and there's the back of it. It's upside down right now, so it looks kind of, what the heck is that? It's a boat that I'm building out of popsicle sticks. I should have started a lot sooner so that you guys could have seen, how I'm doing it. If we can get somewhat close, these right here are actually shish kebab skewers that I'm gonna use for the dividing between the top and the bottom. Um, but I'm gonna build the top right onto it. Get a little bit more view to this. I still have sticks to stick right in here, but that's kind of what the skeleton looks like. Um, between I still got some sticks to stick in right there and right there. Um, that's what these are sliding, but this slopes here. They're they're rough right now. I mean, some are sticking up, but I'm gonna take a sander. I've got a little palm sander I'm gonna use. It'll go a lot faster than having to do it by hand. Which will smooth all that off. So this all the way to the back is flat, and then that's sloped down, which is sloped up. Um, she's starting to get heavy now. There's the back of her. Um, there's an opening that ends kind of right in there, but this is all open cavity inside, which will look. So that's kind of how I did it. Yeah, it looks kind of rough, but once it gets sanded enough times, it should smooth out. And that's what it looks like. Yeah, there's actually a little cavity gonna be down inside there. Figuring out how to do the flooring. I'm gonna put stuff down on the flooring inside there. That's a little doorway that goes to the back, and that's where I'm gonna actually turn this into an RC and float this bugger out in the water. So I didn't want an angled bottom on this. I just figured that was going to be a little more work for me. So to make it a little bit easier and so it comes out a little bit nicer, I went with a flat bottom. Just in case where I live, there's chances I might bottom out in the water. I ain't gonna take it out in the Wisconsin River because I could probably kiss it goodbye. There's a lot of rivers where I'm at and not enough ponds or lakes and stuff. So then the inside here, I'm gonna fill this with that crack stuff, that crack foam that you can get from hardware stores and stuff. The stuff that they use to fill in here looks like, hey, why not, and so I'm gonna spray that stuff in there to fill in the cavity so it kind of helps float even better. The outside, once I'm done sanding, I'm gonna go over it with a resin that they use for fiberglassing, just a plain resin. Squeegee it over the whole, paint it, rub it, whatever, apply it to the side of the boat, which the resin is also going to give it a nice clear coat, which will kind of make the wood and the sticks pop out, which will allow for the water seal. But because some of these didn't turn out so great, and we've got some large cracks and stuff, I'm going to sand it down. Then I'm going to fill the areas that need to be filled properly with a filler. sand that down so it's nice and smooth. And if it looks good, then maybe I'll go over it with an epoxy, but I'm really going towards painting it. Not sure what color I'm going to paint it, but I'm going to paint it. And with the weight that it is right now, I'm thinking it's going to stay above the water about yay high. But with all the motors and the weights and stuff, I'm thinking it might come to about here. I'm not sure yet. So once I get the motors and everything in there, it's a larger boat. I'm debating on whether I'm going to use a rudder to turn it, or I've got these little motors that I stole out of a little robotic dinosaur type thing. The thing stopped working, but the motors didn't. Some microchip problem, I don't know. It just wouldn't work right anymore. So I'm going to use these little motors and attach them inside here somewhere. I'm going to have to drill a hole, a circular hole, and I was going to use some PVC pipe, and then kind of, that's why I'm thinking about painting it, because I did hot glue these pretty good, but there's always that chance that a few of them are going to break out, and then I'm going to have to fill around that PVC pipe, and that's going to create, I'm probably not going to use PVC pipe, I'm going to use the little cap pipe that you can get that goes over top of that, and stick that in there to kind of create a port, I don't know, something or other, but eventually I'll think of the word, or somebody else will do it for me, and I'll have that in there with that little design or whatever, and with the little shaft. And I have to get something that'll correspond with what a rudder would do, send a signal or something to allow, or a little button I could push that would tell it to go left, or turn that motor on so it'll start thrusting and force the boat to turn a direction. And I probably want it really low, so like right in here, right in there. Make sure I'm pointing in the right direction. And then once I get it all filled in into here, I'll have to seal this end up. I know I have to seal this area up here. And a few things I gotta do down there. I'm probably gonna leave a floor. The rudder will most definitely come out right down real low. So if I had the engine motor up here and it angled enough, I'd be good. I'd like to use this behemoth motor. I stuck a double A battery on it. It does spin. It does still work as a motor, but I mean, look at that big old gap there. I probably can't, just in case there's a slight chance that water does get in here. I'd have to figure out how to waterproof this thing. So I mean, look at that. There's 4 holes there. There's a hole there. So probably have to go with all new motors and stuff. And I like motors. I tinker with them all the time. This little motor I got out of where is it? There it is. This little thing. It was the other half of it had like 3 little prods nodes on them that allowed for back massaging. So that's where this little motor comes from. Let's see if I can find a double A battery. There's one. Let me figure out how to set this camera up since base kind of, the little screw at the bottom busted off, so I can't actually use, this thing. The legs broke off, so I kept the useful part. Well, it's not useful anymore because I don't have a camera that can sit on it. Now I have to make one probably out of popsicle sticks is what I'll probably end up doing. Alright, let's see if I can. Well, I'm probably going to get it going and then pick up the camera, but hang with me. I'll try to set it in. Hang with me for a second. Well, it's going to have to do. A little wheel. I'm going to do something with it. I'm not entirely sure what yet. There's that. Let you watch it slow down. Pretty cool, huh? The metal, it's an actual washer. That was fun trying to drill those holes through. Little screws I stole from every little thing I take apart that quits working. I keep the screws. You never know what the screws were. The black is actual electrical tape. Pretty cool. It's actually 3 wooden wheels. I don't know where the heck my parents got them from, but my mother gave them to me. She didn't want them anymore. I found a use for them. But I didn't glue them together. I screwed them together because just in case I want to use those screws for something else, I take all the screws out and pull the wheels off, and that way they're reusable, because not every time do I keep something the way I had it. Like this little thing, there were a bunch of sticks that came up and they held this behemoth in place, and I had a prop hot glued to the end of this. Yeah, it made a lot of air. I even cut my finger open with one of the prop. These was going so fast. It was a stupid and dumb move. Let's see here. What else have I done? I've done. Whoa! Turn my camera around. Little train bridge. Trains are kind of upside down. This one track is really crooked. This little doohickey little winch thing I made. It does work. If I can find the little plug for that, it'll run constantly. But then yet I would probably put a switch off that so I can control the power whenever I want. Otherwise, that's why my other WD with a AA battery is not in here. Battery sliding. Well, I gotta end this one, otherwise I won't be able to upload it on YouTube.